So the WWE debuted Monday Night Raw on Netflix this past Monday, and it was a insane show. Had some uh real over the top matches. It almost felt like a PLE. But there's one thing that just was really off about this episode. And it has to do with The Rock, with Dwayne Johnson and his appearance on Netflix. I am Brian Daniels. Welcome to the domain Gaming, Pop Culture, and Entertainment, where we talk about pro wrestling, video games, movies, and more. Do us a favor and subscribe to us here on YouTube. We super duper appreciate it. So, The Rock came out to a thunderous pop on Raw on Netflix this past Monday after Triple H started off the show, kicked us off, welcomed us to the Netflix era. And it was kind of weird watching Monday Night Raw live on Netflix, not on broadcast television. This is not a review of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. It's first episode, its debut. This is something I want to talk about and discuss, a little bit of controversy. Because see, we had The Rock come out, and we all have come to know The Rock as the final boss. Over the course of the last year, he's had a massive feud with Cody Rhodes, and we've seen him be pretty brutal towards the American Nightmare, leading all the way up to WrestleMania 40, in which Cody defeated Roman Reigns to become the WWE Undisputed Champion. And since then, the only times we've ever seen The Rock is the night after WrestleMania, where he gave Cody Rhodes, he handed Cody Rhodes something. He asked Cody if he could hold the WWE title. Um, he told Cody Rhodes, "Don't you ever break my heart again," when that all happened. And since then, the only other time that we have seen The Rock come out was about 3 months ago at Bad Blood in Atlanta, Georgia, after Cody and Roman teamed up to take on the Bloodline in a match that they won. In a match where Cody said that he was only going to help Roman Reigns this one and only time. After they won, The Rock came out. He did this whole 1, 2, 3 thing, and he made a throat slit gesture. Now, a lot of people are saying he did that because it was 3 months until Netflix. Well, to me, when you do a throat slit gesture, that to me doesn't mean I'm gonna come out and congratulate you and give you your flowers and be buddy buddy with you, because that's exactly what happened this past Monday night on Raw. They had Rock come out, cut a promo, welcoming everybody to Netflix, saying this is for the first time, Netflix is now global. Everybody can see the show at the same time on the same uh, way, I guess. I almost said channel, but on the same exact means, which is Netflix. No, we're not using different channels, we're not on different stations all across the globe, It's on Netflix. And he pointed to Cody, and Cody Rhodes is out here. He is your undisputed WWE champion. And he's just standing out here, kind of like he bought a ticket to the show. Doesn't have the belt with him, which I think if you're the champion, you should probably have the belt with you. Um, but he's just there, hanging out. Rock's telling him he's done a great job carrying the company now for the past year, putting it on his shoulders, congratulating him, telling him he deserves it, and even just taking kind of a little cheap shot, saying something along the lines of, "Oh, how's Mama Rose doing? Oh, Mama Rose," and Cody's just putting his head down. They're acting real buddy buddy with each other, which was super weird. And then they didn't show this on Raw, but there was a video that WWE put out showing The Rock going backstage, you know, um, hugging Roman, congratulating him because Roman did beat Solo Sikoa to become the tribal chief. Let's not forget that also Roman. I'm sorry, I'm doing this out of order. Roman then beats Solo Sikoa. The Rock comes back out. Paul Heyman gives the Ulafala, the Ufalafa. I'm calling it that, to The Rock, and The Rock. And it was at that moment where I was like, okay, we're gonna get the heel. We're gonna get the final boss, the guy that we have come to know past year. He's gonna take the Ulafala He's going to put it around his own neck. Because it is this whole buildup about how The Rock is the High Chief Sulai or whatever, and he went and spent time with his Samoan heritage and tribe and what have you. And he recently became the High Chief, was it Sulai or something like that? And I'm like, okay, we're all right, and it's convenient because we're about to have a match for the tribal chief, who's going to be the one true chief. Roman wins it. Rock comes out, asks Paul if he could get the Ulafala. Paul's like, all right, takes Ulafala. He's got it right there in his hands. He stands toe to toe, face to face with Roman. It was at this moment that I thought we're going to get the final boss right here. He's coming out. He's doing this weird shit with Cody, acknowledging Cody, being rather over the top nice after everything that you did to Cody in the last year. I'm like, all right, here we go. He's without a doubt going to claim the tribal chief for himself and put it around his own neck. And then we're going to get into what a lot of us have wanted still, which is Rock versus Roman Reigns. Nope. Nope. He puts the Ulafala around Roman Reigns' neck, and he congratulates him, hugs him, and that's all we saw of The Rock the rest of the night on Raw, was The Rock being a good guy, being a babyface, for no apparent reason other than he just was. I thought that was weird. So then later we get this. Now I'm telling this in the right order, and I apologize for that. Then we get this video of The Rock going backstage, congratulating Roman, congratulating Solo, hugging Sami Zayn. Now I know, kind of completely breaking. I know kayfabe is kind of dead for the most part, and I get that, but kind of breaking the illusion in my mind of what you've told everyone on TV. So then he goes further backstage and he talks to Cody, and that is when he's in his hand. He's got a bottle of his Terramana tequila, and that's when he cracks it open, and him and Cody Rhodes have a couple shots. And they start exchanging pleasantries. They start being kind and nice to each other. So here's the problem I have. Yes, I understand that with the age of the internet and having the internet wrestling community, kayfabe is pretty non-existent. But that doesn't mean that I don't want continuity in a story. I like continuity. I like continuity when I watch TV shows. I like continuity when I watch movies, especially movies that have sequels. I like continuity. If you've already shown me something about a character, and you've presented a character, which the final boss, The Rock, is a character. I mean, he is a person, but he's a character. And you've shown me up to a certain point that this is what I'm supposed to know about this person. And then on the biggest night, when we knew that he was going to be there, he's not, when he shows up, he's not at all what you presented the person to be. To me, I can easily grasp how that's weird and that's wrong, and that breaks continuity. Now, I've discussed this with several people, especially on my threads, and there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, but it's wrestling, this is where we're at now. This is where we're at. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. Why do you care so much? It's just pro wrestling. Then somebody says, come on, man, pro wrestling is fake. We know it's all characters. I understand. I don't like when people call pro wrestling fake, because pro wrestling's scripted. The injuries are real. What these people put their bodies through, they do cause themselves damage, and sometimes irreparable damage. I don't like when people call it fake. I prefer scripted, because that's what wrestling is. It is scripted to an extent, but a lot of the times they call matches on the fly. I think fake is a very demeaning term to pro wrestling, and that's why I don't like calling it that. At the end of the day, though, pro wrestling is about characters telling a story. when you, for the last year, have presented The Rock as this person called the final boss, his character, as someone who can't stand Cody, who literally took Cody Rhodes outside with his belt and beat the ever-loving shit out of him. We go from that a year ago to now a year later, them downing shots of Tamara tequila, fair amount of tequila together, The Rock's own tequila. To me, that's weird. To me, that's like, how is there resolution? It feels very quick, and it feels very lifeless, and it feels very odd. It's that same way in which, I'll resort to MJF and Adam Cole. One of the last times we saw MJF and Adam Cole in the ring together, before all this now, before they both came back, was Adam Cole screwing over MJF as the devil. Now, MJF's the heel versus Adam Cole, and we're all supposed to be on the side of Adam Cole? Wait, did we all get amnesia and forget that Adam Cole was an asshole to MJF and cost him his belt? This is what I don't understand. Because I get it's pro wrestling. Pro wrestling's supposed to be fun. Pro wrestling is fun. And this is without a doubt one of the best times to be a pro wrestling fan. And if you haven't got back into pro wrestling, come on, join us. It's a lot of fun. It's been one of the, it's like a golden era of pro wrestling. Come back to it. It's great. But what I think is crazy is if Thanos did what he did, say Thanos did what he did in the Avengers, right? He snapped and he made half of the people, whatever. And then 2 movies later, he's having a beer with Captain America and Iron Man, and they're buddy. Wouldn't you find? And they did not explain it. It was out of nowhere. There was no thing that made Thanos a good guy. There was no means of reconciliation. That's what I'm looking at. You'd be like, wait, what? That's but they just he took out all these people. Why is Thanos all of a sudden showing up unexplained, having a beer with Captain America and Iron Man after that happened? You would probably be upset about that. I would hope you'd be upset about that. I'd hope you'd be like, whoa, why did they do that in the movie? That makes no sense. That's where we're at here. This makes no sense. I get kayfabe is dead, but that doesn't mean I don't want continuity. I want people were saying I was stupid for comparing pro wrestling to TV and movies. TV and movies are scripted, just like pro wrestling. If I'm watching a movie, at the beginning of the movie, the villain is the villain, and he's trying to take out all the protagonists, and then for no reason, no explained, there's no moment of reconciliation. The villain all of a sudden is a good guy, and they're having shots of whiskey for no reason at all. That they don't give you that reconciliation. I'd be upset about that, and I think you would too. So all I want, and there's a lot of people that see this, there's a lot of people that understand this. The Busted Open podcast, great podcast, highly recommend them. They get it. We just want continuity, not necessarily kayfabe, which is hard to do anymore. But we just want continuity. Don't present a character a certain way for over a year, then have them suddenly show up, and we're all supposed to act like they didn't do the thing. That's what I'm getting at. So that's what this video has been about. I just think it's been weird. Rock showed up on NXT and was there, did his old Goosebumps thing, talked up NXT and left. So I feel like maybe The Rock really isn't going to be at WrestleMania 41. The reports might be true. Who knows? But at the end of the day, those are my thoughts. And I want to know, how do you feel? Did it make you scratch your head a little bit when he came out and was kind of buddy with Cody? Let me know about that in your thought in the comments below. We do read the comments here. We respond to them. We interact with the comments. I know a lot of bigger YouTubers don't do that. We're not a real big YouTube channel, but my whole thought on that is I always want to make sure I'm interacting and engaging with you. And anytime a comment is from me, I always put my name next to the comment. But leave your comments down below. I want to know how you feel. What do you think is going to happen with The Rock moving forward? Are we done? Is the final boss over? I'm kind of sad that it ended on that note. Anyway, That's pro wrestling for you, I guess, right? Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.